Unpacking your guitar. What I've done is unzipped this and unzipped all the way around here. When you're traveling with it, be careful not to knock it against things. I mean, the bag is protective, but it's still soft. And so what I'm going to do is, first off, I'm going to show you what you have in your bag. You have one 10-foot guitar cable, and this will plug into the iRig and into your guitar. You have, this is a piece of paper that's connected to your speed winder. Oh, we got all this good stuff. Okay, we got the strings. We got this. There we go. And what will be in here as well is a inventory sheet of all this equipment, so you can keep track of that. So first off, let's take a look. This, if you needed to restring your guitar, if you break a string, you have an extra set of strings, and there's tutorials on how to do that. But this is a speed winder, which is really helpful, and we have that. Guitar picks, gave you a couple picks, and they're medium grade density, but those should work fine. And that over there, we have the Snark. Now the Snark, you want to be careful because it is delicate. It works great, but what we want to do is when you open it up and take it out, woo, there's an instruction manual inside there, and I have number 5. When you take this out, this part right here, be really careful. It does not handle stress well. And you attach right here by pinching this onto the top of the guitar neck, and that's how it works, and you turn it on like so. Now when you first get it, it's probably going to have a piece of plastic that is holding the battery away from the connectors to save the battery life. You just simply open this up and take the battery out. You'll see the piece of plastic on it, and then you put it back on. Now if you can read the plus right there, that goes down. And I'm showing you this right here so that when you go put it back in, you'll put it in either the right way or the wrong way. You'll know because if it turns on, it'll work. And when you're putting things back, it tends to look like this from the side. And here's the thing, if you just leave it on your guitar the whole time, that's fine. Putting it back in the bag and back in the box on a regular basis, I don't recommend it just because putting it in the box is actually one of the hardest things to do. Still a little bit of a challenge when we were putting all the parts together. We were inventorying all the parts, and getting all the stuff back in the box was a bit of a challenge. Okay, while this is right here, you can get 3 months of guitar lessons at Fender's website, and so I left this on the bag so you can check it out. Really good stuff, and I'm going to use some of their free stuff for the class because it's really, really good. Then I have a full introduction to this device later on, but I want to show you that on this we have inventory. It's number 5. You have a connection for the guitar, which plugs in like so. Woo. And this would go to an amp if you had one. You can be playing straight into the computer, but you can also be sending it to an amp simultaneously. If you have an Apple device, you can hook up to an iPod, iPad, or an iPhone with a Lightning connection, and you can run GarageBand. This will sync up in GarageBand on a mobile device if it's an Apple-based iOS thing. This is for connecting to PCs, Chromebooks, and whatnot. And we have that. I'll set that over there. And now the guitar. Ooh. So when I take this out, I'll set it right here, we have a full video introducing you to the parts of the guitar, but I wanted to point out a few things. 1, never stand the guitar up leaning against something because it tends to fall. Now you lean up against a chair, a bed, or something like that, it should really lay flat. That's just best bet. We don't have any guitar stands. We don't have straps for you to have it on. So just be careful. What I recommend is find a flat place, and then when you're not using it, you can throw it in here. It is durable, as in we got the ones that don't have a lot of moving parts that could fall off, but it still needs to be taken care of. Don't have food or drink near it. I think that's kind of common sense. The other thing is wash your hands before you play, because the finger cheese you get on your hands from doing stuff gets on here, and it just starts to add up and turn cruddy. And if you do need to clean a guitar, don't use water because a lot of these parts could rust. You want to use a dry rag. If something gets on it that's wet or yucky, just a damp rag to wipe it off, and then dry it as best you can. And again, try to keep small children or other situations that could cause spillage and other things on it. Just try to keep those away. But again, if something does happen, don't freak out. You know, it's something that we can fix, and we can remedy in some way. Plugging into the guitar, again, I have a tutorial for that stuff, but this goes here, then this goes into the iRig, and that is it. So that is essentially unbagging your guitar. One final thing is, you know, we have our stuff. When you're wearing something, if you're putting this against your body, if you have metal material, it's going to scratch this up quite a bit. Now, that happens. Don't, again, freak out if it happens. But the idea is try not to have metal stuff, like if you have a big belt buckle. Something like that could be pretty nasty on the back of the guitar. And I think that's it.